Today we're looking at lesson 9.5, round to the nearest 10 or 100. I can use it and explain how to use place values to round whole numbers to the nearest 10 or 100. Okay, I would guess that you have probably done that before. True?
Yeah.
To the nearest 10 for sure. Between 200 and 300 movie tickets are sold at a movie theater. The number is closer to 300 than to 200 and has a 7 as one of its digits. How many tickets could have been sold? Can the 7 be in the hundreds place?
No.
No, because why? If it's in the tens place, does that help us round it to the nearest hundred?
No.
No. If it's in the ones place? Well, let's think about that answer again. If it's closer to 300, so it could be in the tens place, couldn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it says, what do you think how do you think we can solve this? What if we draw a number line that has from 200 to 300 on it by tens? Okay, so in your workspace, draw a number line. Down here is going to be 200, and on this end is going to be 300. What is halfway between 200 and 300?
250.
250. Let's put that on here. That will help us to have our number line even. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces between that, 4 marks. Because we need 210, 220, 230, and 240. Okay? 10. And then we need 4 marks on down here between the 250 and the 300. Because what's this one going to be? 260, 270, 280, and 290. Right? Okay. So we know it's not in the hundreds place. Or, yeah. Can we put it in the ones place?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but what would our tens number have to be then? Huh? It could be, right? It could be 297, right? It could be any number from 251, right?
Yeah.
Because anything over 250, actually, it could be any number from 250 to 299. Okay? You could choose any number between that. So that has the 7 in the ones place. Okay? So it can't get any bigger than that. And this would at least have to be a 7. Okay? So it could be 257, right? It could be 267. It could be 277. It could be 287 or 297. Okay? Oops, sorry, I got my eraser. We're going to put 257 down there. Okay. What else could it be? Could it be 270? Yeah. Could it be 271? 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, right? 278, 279. Okay, so it could be any of the 270 numbers. Okay? Because any number from here to here, we're going to round up to 300. But since this one had to have a 7, it did limit our choices on down to either these or these. Okay? All right, flip your page. Did you draw the number line? Move up here where you can see, please. Okay, well, we're going on to build your understanding. So are you ready? Okay. Okay, we've moved on to page 258. Build your understanding. It says a stack of 23 paper cups is shown. Round to the nearest 10. About how many paper cups are in the stack. So let's number our number line from 20 down here to 30 down here. So we should put 25 in the middle, and then we need 21, 22, 23, 24. So we need 4 little stripes in between each one. You can't write too big. Sorry, for some reason it's joining my numbers together. Okay, now we're looking at 23, which is right here. Which two tens is 23 between? Which two 10 numbers? 20 and? Okay, so 20, comma, 30. Okay. Which 10 is closer to 23? 20. Closer to 20. So 23 rounded to the nearest 10 is 20. So there are about 20 cups to stack. Let's read this connect vocabulary. Everybody read it with me. Ready? When we round a number, you replace a number with another number that tells you about how much or about how many. There are 135 straws in a box. About how many straws are in a box? Use place value to round to the nearest 100. So now this time we're rounding to the nearest 100. Let's read this think over here. Let's read this think over there. If the digit is less than 5, the digit in the rounding place stays the same. If the digit is 5 or greater than 5, the digit in the rounding place increases by 1. So we have 135, okay? What is the digit to the right of the place to which you wish to round? So we have 135, and we're rounding to the hundreds place. What digit is to the right of that? The 3. Okay, so let's underline that. Let's circle the one we're rounding to and underline the digit that we're going to look at to see what we should do. Okay? Write that out to the side of your paper if you didn't. Okay? What digit is there? What is the digit to the right of the place to which we're rounding? What digit is it? A 3. Is the digit less than 5, 5, or greater than 5? Is 3 less than 5, 5, or greater than 5?
Less than.
Okay, so less. Less than 5. What is 135 rounded to the nearest hundred? So remember, if it's less than 5, we're going to follow this rule. The rounding place stays the. So the hundredths, it's 100 or 200, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to keep it the same. So what are we going to round it to? 100. So there are about 100 straws in the box. Okay, we're going to step it out. That is page 259. Thumb up if you're. There are 173 balls in this small ball pit. About how many balls are in the ball pit? Use the number line to round to 173 to the nearest hundred. Everybody underline nearest hundred. Circle over 100 so you know what you're rounding it to. Did everybody underline and circle that?
Yes.
Okay. Mark the number 173 on the number line. Okay. Well, it's going to be between 170 and 180, right? And it's going to be just a little bit closer to 170. Okay? Because 3 is closer. Okay? Which two hundreds is 173 between? Underline them on your number line. The hundreds. What are we going to underline? 100 and 200. Those are the hundreds, and that's what we're rounding to right here. So we're going to write 100 and 200. Which hundred is 173 closer to?
200.
200, right? Look at that. Okay?
Yeah.
200. 173 rounded to the nearest hundred is 200. So there are about, what? 200 balls in the ball pit. Now let's talk about it like we did the one up above. We're rounding to the hundredths place, right? So we're going to look at the 7. Does 7 make this hundredths place go up? Is it 5 or greater? Yes. Okay. So when we see 7, we know we're going to have to round it up. If the actual number of balls rounds to 500 when rounded to the nearest hundred, how many balls could this container actually have? Think of numbers that would round to 500 when rounded to the nearest 10. Well, or to the nearest 100.
There's 100.
That could round to 500. What's the least number that could round to 500?
400.
Well, no.
450.
Right. Because our number is going to be between 400 and 500, right? And we know it has to have 5 or greater to round up to 500. So the least number we could have is 450. What is the greatest number we could have?
490.
500 what?
50.
550 would round to 600.
540.